What is up, guys and gals? We are going to clear the air about the allegations that are surrounding me.
There's this one man in particular that you may have seen. He rose to fame off the Bad Boys meme that everybody and their dog reacted to a while back.
I started TikTok not really caring what people think. I did so successfully. There are conversations between me and underage people. Then, as things progressed, things got a little out of hand.
You think I'm attractive? If it was me, I'd try to make the relationship with you last for a year. Kinda sorta have a crush on you and shouldn't.
I have multiple sources of multiple 14-year-old girls that have come forward to me about their situations with Buddy and how extremely, sickeningly similar it is to that girl's situation.
I was doing duets with fans.
Bear in mind the fact that he's choosing literal children to duet with.
I will continue to do duets with my fans.
My little secret project. I have been catfishing him for the past few months as a girl, and I will say he has been flirty.
This is getting way too far, people. I hope this has been helpful to some of you, and I hope we can move forward together. Thank you, guys.
If you're like me and billions of others, you may have heard of a little app known as TikTok. Looking for hours of endless scrolling on your favorite funny animal page? They've got you covered. Maybe you're more like me and you enjoy deep-fried content that just really doesn't even make any sense. Or perhaps you have a love for true crime and strange dances. Whatever the fix may be, TikTok is there for you. However, as a lot of us who are familiar with the platform know, it's not always the most positive place online. TikTok has had a long history of bad actors hidden throughout the platform since its conception. Since its launch in 2016, there has been a slew of cases of TikTok creators who would either scam, taunt, deceive, or prey upon vulnerable groups of people. But with all these instances throughout the years, it leads one to overlook a question I found myself personally eager to answer. Who was the very first infamous figure on TikTok, and how did it all begin? This question quickly led me to the often forgotten story of our character of interest today. Perhaps you're already acquainted, but allow me to either introduce or reintroduce you to Buddy Haynes. Buddy, known by his deleted user handle, The Bidet, was an early TikToker who appeared on the online scene back when the app initially launched. Using his good looks and immense dancing abilities, he quickly became an easy source of questionable content after his bad boy videos, followed by his remarkable dating advice tips, found their way into users' For You page. With now the entirety of TikTok fixated on this man, users began to grow curious of who this man was, and unsavory rumors began to spread about Buddy, causing many users to comb through the history of his online presence for any signs of truth to these alleged rumors. What nobody expected, however, was how mere speculation would turn into a multi-year nightmare involving inappropriate TikTok duets, sting operations, doxing, illogical excuses, and admissions of guilt, followed by many young girls coming forward about their experiences involving Buddy Haynes, sharing evidence and screenshots that quite frankly disgust me to even read here today. The story of Buddy Haynes is that of someone who was placed under the limelight of brief internet fame, only for it to expose his true heinous nature for everyone to see. Now, before we get right into the deep dive, if you will, allow me to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Wonder, your one-stop shop for calm deep dives on some of the internet's most unsavory characters around. If you're new here, I upload a deep dive every other week on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. So if you like what you see here today, feel free to drop a like and subscribe with the bell notification on so you never miss out on yours truly. And feel free to leave a comment if you have the time telling me what you did or didn't like about this video so in the future I can make this a better viewing experience for you. I'd also like to give a shout out to the creators on screen as I first learned of the story through the in-depth videos they put out. I'd highly recommend checking out what they have to say and what's changed over the years. Thank you to the community of this channel for also voting for this video today. I hope I do it justice and it is enjoyable for you. Without further ado, once more, my name's Wonder, and let's get right into the story of Buddy Haynes, TikTok's original predator.
So I guess a quick little rundown for those that aren't aware.
Now, I know I briefly introduced Buddy, but I'd like to give a little bit more of his backstory so we can properly build a timeline of events. Buddy Haynes, as we now know as The Bidet, which it's already weird to pronounce your username like a toilet of all things, was one of the earliest members of TikTok. Amassing nearly 20,000 followers during his time, one could find Buddy uploading a variety of content. His uploads consisted of dancing videos where he would portray a good guy gone bad, oftentimes going from normal clothing, switching into dark leather outfits, and twirling handcuffs to let you know that he really was a bad boy and he meant business. Remaining in his small world with few prying eyes, Buddy would even begin to start uploading his own dating advice, such as this clip where he'd discuss where, as he claims, what women really want.
What girls really look for in a guy. You don't have to be funny. Hell, you don't even have to be really that good looking. What they really want is they want a Batman in the streets and a Joker in the sheets.
Now, I'm not sure how many female viewers are watching this, but please let me know down below if the bidet is making any scientific breakthroughs with this statement. As time began to pass, Buddy began to grow more confident in both his abilities as a creator and a bad boy, so began to use one of TikTok's often infamous features in cases like this, known as the ability to duet. For those of you who might not know, duets are a feature that allow you to make a video with anyone who enables the ability to do so on their specific upload. The user who initiates the duet is not the original poster, but as someone who saw the TikTok themselves and decided to react to it. Something very important to keep note of throughout this story. Throughout his span of duets, he could be found reacting or acting alongside clips of young girls of varying ages. I did some digging and found a few compilations of these particular duets. However, I won't be showing these clips in their entirety due to children being involved. That being said, I can show you his side of the clip alongside a description of what I personally witnessed. In this clip, Buddy is reacting to a young girl dancing in a way that made me uncomfortable to watch, especially given the reaction Buddy is providing. This girl looks no older than 12. Why Buddy chose this specific account, I can only assume. Another clip involved a young girl holding her hand up against the side of the screen, where the person duetting is supposed to place theirs, so it's to give off the effect of the user touching hands. The next clip I came across, which completely disgusted me, was of a young girl wearing what seemed to be a collar. She's looking off screen to whoever would be duetting, and using her hand that is also off screen, she tugs on what seems to be a leash, leading to her pressing against the side of the screen to give off the effect of kissing. Buddy, despite being in his late 20s to early 30s at the time, figured he'd partake in this and kiss his side of the screen as well. I must remind you, he chose to do this. The last one I want to show you before we move on from the duets was one that left me both baffled and disappointed. Well, I mean, I guess they've all left me both baffled and disappointed, but it's just so strange to watch. Another young girl allowed the duet ability on her TikTok where she sings Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. In this clip, the said girl is gazing at the side of her screen as if she's singing about someone. Now, I can't play this song for obvious reasons, so I'll be reading those lyrics to you now if you're unfamiliar. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. And when we've had our last kiss, my last request is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. What the f— Up until this point, Buddy grew casually in his corner of the internet. However, prying eyes were soon to fall upon him and his paper trail of red flags that was about to become discoverable to a much wider audience. More attention than Buddy had ever witnessed before, because Buddy was about to go viral for the very first time. If you were a frequent user of the internet, say 4 to 5 years ago, you may remember an infamous clip where Buddy Haynes does a lip sync of Why Do Good Girls Like Bad Guys, going from a shy man with a Zelda book to a cool guy in an all-leather outfit. I recall this clip floating around meme pages, Reddit, Instagram, pretty much anywhere where you could post a video, you could find this clip with numerous comments making fun of its contents. This is where the rumors began to emerge. The internet has a tendency to accuse people of foul traits based upon minimal evidence and through a nasty game of telephone, placing false truths on undeserving people. Floating around were rumors that Buddy Haynes was a predator, a groomer, and possibly a whole slew of heinous things. For a lot of users on TikTok, they wanted to look past the rumors and see if there was any merit to these claims, and so the investigation into Buddy began. And quite frankly, it didn't take people long to find that his account was littered with all kinds of alarming content. The primary focus was placed, for good reason, on his seemingly endless list of public duets, with a seemingly endless amount of very young girls. To the average person, one look at this and one would find the nature of this content to be disturbing. But if you're thinking to yourself that red flags, creepy TikToks, and rumors isn't a crime, you'd be correct. However, sending inappropriate messages and unsolicited photos to those who are minors and who you presume to be minors is.
There are conversations between me and some underage people. My intent is never to groom, whether you are of age or not of age. I am just a friendly person, and maybe that comes off to some people the wrong way.
Where the first crack in Buddy's facade began to show was when an underage girl by the name of Bithoji, also known as Liz, came forward with evidence that one of their followers had brought to them, involving inappropriate experiences and conversations they had with Buddy Haynes. It seemed that this user had reached out to Liz as a source of trust and as a louder voice than theirs, given that Liz had a following over on TikTok. In an article from BuzzFeed titled "TikTok Has a Predator Problem" by Ryan Broderick, we can find a brief interview with Liz and the alleged minor who reached out, describing how this all took place. I run this account where I would just post creepy TikToks to Instagram, and I just posted a random video of Haynes, Liz told BuzzFeed News. One of my followers DM'd me and was like, "Hey, I'm 14, do you want me to find out if he is a predator or not?" Further in this article, it goes to show a conversation from the alleged minor with BuzzFeed News explaining on how the events further transpired after the user disclosed their age of 14 to Buddy Haynes. "At first we were talking about my cosplays and how he wanted to cosplay," she told BuzzFeed News. "Then after he started sending videos of him licking his lips and biting them, it made me uncomfortable, but I wanted him to be exposed, so I continued to message him." I don't know how you, as someone who is near 20 to 30 years old, are having a conversation with someone who is 14 and they've made you aware that they're 14, and you're unironically hitting them with a "Oh yeah, baby." You're a grown man. The article then says that this minor presented the said videos of Buddy Haynes licking his lips and kissing the screen, videos which I can't show you but I'll have blurred on screen, and screenshots of inappropriate conversations where Buddy allegedly disregarded the fact that she stated she was 14 and instead professed how he wished they could be in a relationship. Now, I have the alleged screenshots here to show you, and they do line up with what the user described their experience to be like. I must reiterate though that I can't 100% confirm that these messages are real. They could be fake, but if they are very impressive fakes indeed. And with what we'll be uncovering later on, I am inclined in my own belief to believe that these are authentic. Let's read the messages. Message from Buddy. "Do you think I'm attractive?" Following up with a message that's cropped, so I can only really assume this says, "I'm not really old enough to have a job." "Oh, how old are you?" 14. "I mean, may I be honest? Yeah, of course. If it was me, I'd try to make the relationship with you last for years. Lol, I feel like I look stupid. You're okay. Don't worry about it. I kinda sorta have a crush on you, and shouldn't." Let's break this down bit by bit because there's a lot to unpack here within just a few texts. Firstly, as we know, he continues this conversation after learning of this girl's age, which I would presume if he was duetting with her over on TikTok, but he could already presumably tell that this was a minor he was interacting with. She also already alluded to her age by stating the fact that she wasn't even old enough to have a job yet, which even if she didn't say her age is like telltale sign that yeah, that's a kiddo you're talking to. Follow this up with him saying that he'd love to make the relationship last for a few years, paired with the fact that he admits what he's doing is wrong with his statement of, "I kinda sorta have a crush on you and I shouldn't," and it paints you a picture of the type of person Buddy Haynes allegedly is. A self-centered predator with a clear understanding that what they're doing is immoral. After these allegations and evidence came to light, it began to spread naturally like wildfire across all platforms. Whether it be TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, so on and so forth, Buddy Haynes was feeling the pressure of angry users bearing down on him. In an alleged act of deflection, Buddy Haynes accused Batoji, aka Liz, had hacked their account and made the story all up. I say alleged because I was unable to find the exact source of Buddy's statements here, most likely due to his account being deleted, but this allegation is given some credence due to a brief response made by Liz regarding such claims.
I understand that calling someone a is a big allegation, but Buddy's a I have multiple sources of multiple 14-year-old girls that have come forward to me and to Adam about their situations with Buddy and how extremely, sickeningly similar it is to that girl's situation. One poor kid, 15 years old, got a pic from Buddy. I have that if anyone wants to see it. I have enough proof to report this to the police, but it's not my case to report. He didn't send these messages to me, so it's not my right to send it to the police, which is why I haven't yet. I wouldn't just be calling someone for no reason. I wouldn't say it if I didn't have the actual proof to back it up. But now Buddy's saying that, like, I hacked into his iCloud and whatever and, like, sent these pictures and videos. If that was the case, how could I have gotten them to match up so well with that conversation? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
With a chapter of Liz and the vile screenshots presented alongside the story of the alleged victim coming to a close, it was my hope that this was going to be a single act of disgusting selfishness by Buddy Haynes and that he would fade off into obscurity on his own. But as we are soon to learn, even more alleged victims and predatory acts, some with very concrete evidence, were soon to make their way center stage of this never-ending nightmare.
Maybe I need to be more, okay, so you're underage. I need to make sure I know that, hey, maybe the conversations I have with someone of my age, I can't have those kind of conversations. As far as the picture, I did say got to sit to someone who it should not have.
Back in 2018, when the story first broke, content creator Jay Aubrey uploaded a 13-minute video to his channel discussing what had been uncovered at the time. In this video, he reached out to an alleged victim of Buddy Haynes. They claimed to have evidence of inappropriate conversations that occurred between both them and Haynes, despite the victim making it very clear that they were an underage girl. Together, we're going to read a few Snapchat messages and texts that really stood out and that I feel are very important to read. Let's get started. I forgot. How old are you? Oh, well, okay then. So maybe next week we can meet. Just meet you and see you, honestly. Maybe meet in Nashville or something. You can't fake ignorance with this statement. It shows Buddy's intent to meet with a minor, which we will see here later in the video is a repeat pattern of his. And even if he claimed he didn't know her age, he was asking for a reminder and continued on without confirmation. This is still a clear intent to do wrong. Next is a screenshot where Buddy makes a payment of $25, followed by a text that reads, "You're the hottie, and I'm the ugly." And lastly, we have a text exchange where Buddy says, "I sent you something on Snap. Oops. May I be honest? I sent those videos because he says, for lack of better terms, that he sent those videos because he was in a bit of a mood, and he says he was trying to see if those videos could kind of get her to match the same energy as him." It's pretty uncomfortable to read. Well, as it turns out, this victim happened to record the video, and its nature is along the lines of what the first alleged victim experienced. More kissing faces as he pretends to lick the screen. I'd imagine Buddy was not too happy to learn that these videos were getting out to the public. As he himself put it best, oops. As the mountains of evidence began to stack day after day against Buddy, he became unsure of what to do. There were only so many options he could choose, but like we've seen time and time again, deflection appeared to be Buddy's preferred method of combating these allegations. Shortly after the controversy was reaching an all-time high, Buddy himself decided to upload a very poorly received response regarding everything he was being accused of. Let's watch this disaster of a response together and reconvene afterwards to break it all down.
What's up, guys? So just the day coming at you with another public service announcement. So, for all those that have been following me and giving me love and giving me sweet comments and duets and everything and reactions, thank you so much. Sorry, my glasses broke, so I'm still kind of like getting them. Maybe I'll get some new ones or find my spares, but I appreciate you more than anything you'll ever know. To my haters, all you're doing is fueling the fire. When you comment, like my stuff, follow me, and react to my videos trying to down me, you're just making it worse for you. So, do yourself a favor, block me. If you don't like my stuff. If you don't like what I do, block me. Because I will continue to do duets with my fans that love me.
Clearly his glasses are all kinds of messed up because he's unable to see why there's so much hate being directed towards him. It's not because people find your clips cringy. Well, okay, there are people who do hone in on that, but it's primarily due to the fact of these alleged victims coming forward with what seems to be hard evidence stacked against you. It also has to do with this type of information coming out paired with the type of duets you've made which are inappropriate in nature. It's not some blind hatred just because you're some goofy creator online. It's a classic case of deflection given that throughout his response he doesn't really address anything. He just hits you with the haters gonna hate block me type line and expects this to come across as some sort of epic mic drop moment. Did he really expect the internet of all places to just shrug their shoulders and walk away from this? Probably, actually. People like this aren't exactly too familiar with cognitive function when they make response videos like this in the first place. Unfortunately for Buddy, though, TikTok, of course, didn't view this as an acceptable response, which fueled their fire towards him even more. A few days passed where Buddy presumably relished in his victory. A pleasure that would be short-lived, because not too long after this response, some online users doxed both Buddy and his family members.
So as you can tell, I'm still here. But I now have another issue. I have now people that found me on Facebook. You harass me on Facebook, and I will take you to the police. Because this is getting way too far, people. This is too far.
Now, before I say anything, I just want to clarify that I do not under any circumstances justify doxing, let alone family members who are uninvolved. It's uncalled for and leads to a very obvious safety risk. That being said though, I don't know entirely what Buddy expected to happen here. Again, not justifying doxing, but the internet can sometimes have an almost vigilante style approach to these kinds of situations, especially when it comes to minors being involved. His initial smug and dismissive response was almost certainly going to bring about some form of backlash.
If you don't like what I do, block me. Because I will continue to do duets with my fans.
It should not have been to this extent, but something was to be expected. Anyone with a functional left and right brain could have predicted that. What I find to be, for lack of better terms, amusing out of this is the fact that he threatens to call the police.
You harass me on Facebook, and I will take you to the police.
Which I would assume, under the evidence and the severity of the doxing, he could be within his rights to do, but his victims could turn around and attempt to do the same thing as well. So it's a bit of an ironic double-edged sword. After the doxing, Buddy, whether it be for privacy reasons, backlash, or both, decided to private his account and went into digital hiding for an extended period of time. I believe, to my understanding, this was upwards of several months to almost a year. However, he couldn't keep himself away from the idea of having a bright future on the platform forever. Like a child sneaking back into his house in the dead of night, but he creeped his way back into TikTok with a very business-as-usual approach. As he continued his uploads as if nothing had ever happened, rumors began to circulate that his inappropriate behavior was continuing, something that left users with a sour taste in their mouth and an appetite for speculation. One creator, however, had decided they had enough of this never-ending spree of disgusting behavior and chose to do something about it, to catch Buddy dead to rights in the act.
My little secret project was to get this dude face to face to finally get some answers, and well, I have been catfishing him for the past few months as a girl whose name I will not disclose. I will not disclose this girl's identity or anything like that. But I've been catfishing this dude for the past few months, and I will say this. I'm catfishing him as a 17-year-old girl, and I will say he has been flirty, has called names like babe, boo, sweetie, hun, but he has not been whatsoever. I just want to go ahead and clear that right there. He has not been whatsoever, but he has been pretty flirty, and he's agreed to meet up today.
Great to see you here the following day. Let's get right back to it. On July 31st, 2019, creator Activiz uploaded a video to YouTube titled Face to Face with Buddy Haynes, finally getting answers. In this video, Activiz meets Buddy Haynes at a park after baiting him for a while, posing as an underage girl. Buddy agreed to meet up in person to see where things could go. I have a lot I want to speak about regarding this clip, but I want us to watch it first so we can all be on the same page. I will warn this video is a bit noisy because there's like 10 billion bugs in the background doing bug tape things. But I feel this video is way too important to leave out, so let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Hey man, what's good?
Oh, Lord have mercy. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
What you up to?
I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Yep.
Not meeting a friend?
No.
Not meeting somebody?
No.
Yeah?
No. Don't meet anybody. I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Just hanging out, man. Just enjoying the pod. Enjoying being back.
So you don't know anyone by the name of Kat?
No. I don't know anybody named Cat.
You weren't meeting anyone here by 6?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to give you an open opportunity to clear your name of anything.
Honestly, I tried doing that, and all it did was cause more commotion than what it's worth.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm not interested.
You got like proof, like going against anything anyone said?
No, I honestly don't. That's really all. I mean, all I can say. I don't have any proof of anything.
So
I've got a niece that's 14, so I wouldn't want some nasty freaking talking to her either.
what would possess you to like refer to a girl that's like 17 or 16 as hun or babe or boo, anything like that?
Honestly, I'm just a friendly person, and maybe, that is my fault because I'm just friendly to everyone.
Right. So you say you don't know a person by the name of Kat whatsoever?
No.
You've never talked to someone named Kat within the past 3 months?
I think I'd remember that.
That face look familiar?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
And then the last thing I do want to ask about is the thing with the 16-year-old girl. So what was the real gist of that? Because there's still people confused about that.
That one? Okay, so from my understanding, yes, the girl was 16.
Right.
But she told me she was from the UK. Whether or not this is something that really irritates people or not. Age of consent in UK is 16. So even if I was saying those things towards her, there's nothing illegal about that. Now,
Here there is.
yes, here,
Here in the United States there is. In the
not
UK it is.
not in every state.
Oh man, that's gotta be so cringe to just constantly be like, hey man, I ain't never do this, nah, I could never, you guys are getting allegations from nowhere, and then you get caught at a park, and man, there's just so many embarrassing things about this clip, like from the niece to the like, hey, I'm just a friendly guy, and then whipping out the age of consent laws. It's just like, dude, this just looks really bad, because it is really bad. So as you can already tell, there's a couple things in this video we should go ahead and break down together, so let's do that now. This encounter begins like any other person who's caught for this type of thing, with the classic, hey, I'm just the wrong guy, wrong place, wrong time type deal. Which makes me laugh just a little, because this entire park, as you can see in the video, is empty. So it's like, yeah, dude, you just happen to be coming to this park. You're telling me you just happen to choose this park and be at this exact bench at the same time of someone who's matching your description is supposed to be meeting up with a presumed minor. Right, okay, that makes a lot of sense. He claims he's just hanging out, and when Activiz says he has proof to prove that he was there to meet a minor, but he claims that predatory behavior is disgusting and he wants no part of it, and that he also has a 14-year-old niece and he would hate to see something like that happen to her. But if that's really the case, it begs the question, if Buddy really had a 14-year-old niece in his life he claims to be protective of, why would he ever put someone else of that age demographic in such a position? Again, once more inadvertently admitting that what he's doing is wrong and would fall under predatory behavior. He claims that his Achilles heel in these type of situations is that he's just too friendly and people take it the wrong way. He says he doesn't mean to be creepy, which if that's the case, maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be, oh, I don't know, hitting on minors, it's just a thought. Where his arguments are completely diminished though, is when he's asked about a 16-year-old girl he's spoken with, which he admits to communicating with, but adds that she's from the UK and the age of consent in the UK is 16. So if he did talk to her in an inappropriate manner, which he just admitted they had been speaking, that it wouldn't be illegal.
Age of consent in UK is 16. So even if I was saying those things towards her, there's nothing illegal about that.
Buddy, you are a citizen of the United States, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it works quite like that. Which if you pursued one 16-year-old, it doesn't matter if they're from the UK. You just admitted that you're attracted to people of that age range. It shouldn't even be an if I did argument, because that's just such a strange defense to have ready to go. Like instantly it's like, oh, hey, I actually know the age of consent laws about people in different states. I wasn't talking in an inappropriate fashion. But did you know that the age of consent in the UK is 16? I'm just throwing it out there that even if I did, it's legal in the UK, so like, why do you just have that knowledge ready to go? All in all, a very damning video that I don't think Buddy himself can really weasel his way out of. But I can guarantee you that he'll try.
What is up, guys and gals, the Freak Show fam? Have no fear, the man, the myth, the legend, Papa Freak is here. Yes, you are reading the title correct. Yes, you're reading the description right. We are going to clear the air about the allegations that are surrounding me.
Now that this video from Activiz had been aired for the public to watch and dissect, Buddy realized he had nowhere left to hide, so he made the decision to officially take down his TikTok page. TikTok had probably grown to become too much to handle, so he took to other platforms away from more prying eyes, finding refuge on his Twitch and on some occasions his channel, ironically named Papa Freak. It was here on this channel that Buddy Haynes uploaded a video titled Clearing the Air. Make note that this was uploaded January 24th, 2021, nearly 3 years after the story had made its way into the mainstream media. It's here where Buddy, after so many years, opens up about discussing the allegations against him for the first time. He essentially tells his entire saga, and the video itself is over 10 minutes long, so I've cut down most of it in order for us to digest this information more easily. Once more, let's listen to what Buddy Haynes has to say in his defense.
What is up, guys and gals, the Freak Show fam? Have no fear, the man, the myth, the legend, Papa Freak is here. Yes, you are reading the title correct. Yes, you're reading the description right. We are going to do a very special episode of the Campfire Chat. We are going to clear the air about the allegations that are surrounding me. So I guess a quick little rundown for those that aren't aware. Back in 2018, I started TikTok, Musically at the time. I started it to At first I was bored. I saw it on Facebook. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Let me give it a shot. Then as I got into it and started enjoying it, I wanted to find an outlet to entertain people. And so that's what I did. I started entertaining people at the, me being the butt of the joke, making cringy videos and me just not really caring what people think, just to maybe get a smile or a laugh or two out of people. And I did so successfully, very well. Not to toot my own horn, but I did really good. Then as things progressed, things got a little out of hand. I was doing duets with fans and other content creators, and I wanted to share the limelight with people. Maybe I should have thought twice about doing that. Maybe I should have said no to certain videos. Maybe I should have been more adamant about, okay, maybe this is not the right video. Maybe we could do something different. But I didn't. That's on me. My intent was not to be cringy or flirting or anything like that with anyone in any of the videos. If that came off that way, that's on me. I should have made sure that didn't happen. So with that, I apologize. If you are one of those people, I am sorry. I dealt with a lot of alcohol abuse. There's a lot of those videos that I was not necessarily in my correct state of mind. And, that's on me. I'm not trying to, diffuse the situation that, oh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I should have been more present in those times. There are conversations between me and some underage people. My intent is never to groom, prey, whether you are of age or not of age. I am just a friendly person, and maybe that comes off to some people the wrong way. Maybe I need to be more, okay, so you're, underage. I need to make sure I know that, hey, maybe the conversations I have with someone of my age, I can't have with you. So that's just something that I've got to do as a person and an adult, that, I can't have those kind of conversations. It took me a little while to realize that might be construed the wrong way, but it is never my intention. And if you are one of those people, I am sorry. As far as the picture of, as a lot of people do, we take pictures and we do send them to people. More than anything, I was embarrassed that even got out in the first place. And then it got sent to someone who it should not have. I don't know how it got sent to someone that was underage. I am still trying to figure that out. 3 years, I still have not figured that out. I have talked to the FBI. I've tried to do my own research, my own investigation, with nothing. I'm still trying. Once I know something, you'll know something. If you are that person, or you are one of those people, I am sorry. That was never meant to get to you. And I am making steps to make sure that does not happen again. I am keeping those kind of things privately to myself. I'm not taking photos like that again. I'm gone. I hope this has been helpful to some of you, and I hope we can move forward together. Thank you, guys.
So, let's start off with the icing on this poop cake. He completely misses the point. I don't think he's missing the point, actually. I think he's intentionally trying to dodge the allegation involving the duets. He says, hey, some things got out of hands with the duets, and it really boils down to the fact that I wanted to share the limelight with people.
I wanted to share the limelight with people.
No, you went out of your way, you picked young girls, and you chose very innuendo-y type duets. It wasn't like you just picked a random person, you did like a couple dances, or maybe a funny meme or whatever, and you were just like, hey, shout out to this guy, go check him out. You intentionally chose some very strange ones to be a part of. So to just say that it's for the limelight, I was just trying to be friendly, no, that's cap, you're lying. He says his intent was to not be flirty, but it's like you're doing the hand holding, the chain pulling, The Taylor Swift one, like the Say You'll Remember Me. Oh, he's so tall and handsome. Like, yeah, okay. With the girl who's very, very young in said video. Like, yeah, dude, that's just sharing the limelight to Buddy. Then he follows it up by saying his intent was never to groom. Inappropriate conversations with minors, sending photos to said minors, saying how he wishes to be with a minor for a very, very long time, sending money to minors, following it up with a text message where you call them attractive, and then attempting to meet a minor in the park. Are you kidding me with the idea that you never intended to groom anyone? Then he goes back to the, oh, I'm just a friendly guy. I'm just your local neighborhood buddy. I'm so friendly to everyone.
I am just a friendly person, and maybe that comes off to some people the wrong way.
And that excuse just makes me so mad, and it makes me mad that he's held on to it for this long, because this is the excuse he used when he was called out for trying to meet a minor at a park X amount of years ago. Creeping on minors and giving them pet names alongside everything I just previously listed is not being friendly. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's predatory and you know it. What baffles me even further is how much he wants to pander towards anyone who's watching this video and downplay their intelligence by acting like it's some grand revelation that he has uncovered that maybe he shouldn't be having inappropriate conversations and sending inappropriate pictures to people who are underage. Like it's some sort of, I was lost in the details whether this was a morally correct thing to do or not. And well, after some soul searching, guess what, guys? I found out that it isn't.
It took me a little while to realize that maybe the conversations I have with someone of my age, I can't have with you.
That's such a weak excuse that doesn't work. Then he blames illness and intoxication as the reason for him sending an inappropriate photo to begin with, and that just will never in my book be an excuse. Was it an excuse every other time? Were you really in this headspace for years upon years, every single day, at every waking moment? Do you honestly expect anyone to fully believe that you never once throughout all these years stopped and thought, maybe I should either get some help, since apparently you're trying to claim that this boils down to you needing help? Did you ever once sober up at all throughout those years and think, maybe I shouldn't be pursuing minors because that might ruin their life? To wait this long and this many years, and this is your best defense. It leads me again, in my own biased view, to believe 100% every single thing these victims came out with. Every screenshot, every message, every deplorable act. He did nothing to dismiss these allegations as false. In fact, he basically admitted that he was guilty within the first few minutes of the video. The evidence is stacked against Buddy, and his defense, for lack of better terms, is very, very weak. From where I'm standing and how I see it, that tells me everything I need to know.
Have no fear, the king is here. I apologize for the long-awaited revival, but I am back. Want to let you guys know that this year is going to be the year you're going to be seeing some good things coming from this page for me, myself, my life. This is going to be the year. We're going to make some major changes.
As of the time of me finishing this recording, Tuesday, December 26, 2023, Buddy Haynes is still somewhat active on his Instagram and Twitch, where he streams games such as Overwatch and showcases his builds on Minecraft. He's also given his hand at a few motivational speeches as well.
Yoda once said, "Do or do not. There is no try." If you're going to say you're going to try to do something, you are better off doing it, because most likely you're not going to do it if you use the word try.
I'm sure we can all agree on just how inspiring that was. Now, I've seen a few clips claiming that Buddy has made a new TikTok account, but I haven't been able to find anything concrete, so for now, it's just speculation, and I'm hoping it remains that way. But it is something to keep an eye out for. His story, as we all now know, has a habit of seeming like it's over before something else stirs the pot, allowing this saga to continue. But and fingers crossed on this one, hopefully we never have to visit the story of Buddy Haynes ever again. Because I don't like him. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching all the way through. It really does mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe down below with the bell notification on so you never miss out on any future uploads. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for helping this channel reach 30K. It's honestly a goal I did not think I was going to reach. A couple months ago, my end of year goal was 5,000 subscribers, and even then I thought it was a bit of a reach. So thanks for making my holiday season and the beginning of my new year super special. I also, thanks to the love and support of you guys and everyone throughout the community, am now officially full-time. time. So you're going to be seeing a lot more videos out on the channel on a more consistent bi-weekly basis. It's something I never thought I'd be doing again, so thank you so much for helping me live this dream. I'm gonna take it and hold on to it for as long as I can. Also, if you want to follow me after the video, feel free to check out some of these links listed on screen. It's a really easy way to reach out and just say hey. Also, feel free to check out my Twitch if you like more calm, relaxed gameplays. It's where I kind of hang out with some friends and we just kind of do some things in our free time together. It's a really good time. A couple faces over there you might recognize. Feel free to check it out down below. But without further ado, I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. Just want to once more say hi. My name is Wonder. Super great to have you here. I can't wait to see you in the next one. And until then, you take care. Happy holidays and farewell.